Hi, people. Welcome back to GrownKid. I'm Gael.
And I'm Kayla.
And we're back. It's summer because it's June.
Yeah.
So that's summer for me. I think, is it technically still spring? I'm not sure.
To me, it feels like summer. Or not feels like summer, but I think the transition to summer has already happened.
Yes, it happens in June. May, spring.
Sometime.
June, summer.
Exactly.
hmm
Exactly.
We haven't recorded an episode in a while. And
When's the last? Oh, the last one was the overshared, I
yeah, it was
think.
like 4 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've just
Wow.
been so busy and
A
busy. I
lot has
was in
happened.
Asia. I was in Japan.
Like every 20 something.
Like every person that graduated was in
It's like,
Japan.
you go to USC too?
Yes,
What are the odds? Wait,
literally.
you go to USC too? Wait, what are the
Yes,
odds?
it
It's like,
was the
oh.
hub spa and I was there. But yeah, it was very fun. I went to Korea as well. And so I was just traveling back to back. And then we went to New York.
Then we
So
went to New York. Yeah, no, we last episode we skipped. So sorry for that. We just weren't able to record in time because it was kind of nonstop. We recorded our last episode. Kayla graduated. Kayla left. She was gone for 2 weeks. We posted our episode. We came back. We had like things to do. It was my birthday too. My birthday was on June 9th. Some of you actually messaged me like, "Oh, happy birthday." I was like, "Wow, how the fuck did you know
you're
that?"
in the calendar.
Yeah, I was in the Google
Yeah,
Calendar, which I
of
thought was really
course.
sweet. So thank you to all who wished me a happy birthday. I'm 22 now. Uh,
How does that
damn.
make you feel? You're
It makes me
22.
feel a certain type of way for sure. 22, yeah. Like my mom was like, "Oh my god, yeah, you're like a 22-year-old man now." Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
don't say that, don't
Yeah.
say that. It does feel quite odd. It gives me a sense of dread that I'm like losing myself to the passage of time and my childhood only grows
I really do
a
get
thinner
that.
and distant memory.
Yeah. I think at this is I think when I have really rough days, I just think to myself, I cannot imagine doing this for so long. Like I'm only 22 and I have
Oh
so much
my
more.
god.
I think in those moments I get filled with that dread that you were talking
Yes.
about. I don't know if it shows up differently for you,
No, yes.
but yeah, it's just this like I can't like how much fight do I have in me?
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Sorry, not to sound depressing, but
No, I
that's how I
I
feel.
avoid like saying this because I don't want to like sour the
I avoid
mood.
saying it too, but like in
But
let's be
I think
transparent.
about living to like 70 and I'm like, do I really gotta do all that? Do I really gotta do all
I
that?
think about that sometimes too. And to voice it to certain people, it's like, oh my god, like
Are
don't
you
like
okay? Like, hey,
yeah,
help
like
is
stay here,
available. And I'm
yes,
like,
yes. It's like yes, I know it's available, but it's just
bitch, I don't want the help. Like, no, wait, guys, I don't know. How do I say this?
how
Okay.
do I say this without worrying you
Without
guys?
sounding
But
alarms.
okay, but also that makes me think like, do other people feel this way as well? That it's not necessarily like it's not the extremity of like I don't want to be here and I'm gonna be gone
Yes, it's
next
kind of
week,
like
but it's like this is really just a lot.
yes,
This is just a
yes,
lot.
yeah. I've been trying to figure it out because it's like I'm not suicidal, but I don't want to be here. But what is that feeling?
Yes, yes. Because sometimes when I catch myself in those moments of I don't know how much like I don't know how much fight I have in me. I think to myself like, oh my god, am I
Am I okay?
suicidal? Yes,
Yes.
and I'm
I'm
like,
like,
oh my god, this is what people talk about. Like,
yeah, I'm
like
here. It's
I'm
here.
here.
It happened.
Yes,
I'm
I am the statistic. Like,
yes,
yes,
yes.
but it's not. It's not that.
I think
It's a cousin. It's a
it's a
cousin.
cousin. It's a
Yeah.
very close cousin, but it is a
Yes.
cousin. Yes, I genuinely think like honestly, I'm good to call it quits at 29.
What the fuck?
Oh, is that not? Oh shit, are we on different? Oh, are we on different timelines? My bad.
um. Okay, and I do want to live a long time
Yes.
too, though.
I just think like God, like what else do I want to see? I don't know. It's like
And it's just like the fact that life is still gonna get harder after this. Like it's not gonna get easier. I mean, sure, some
dear
aspects
Lord,
will, but
yeah. God, I
shit
hope it
is gonna get
does.
harder. Like I
Yeah,
can't fathom that.
I, dude, I just don't. I don't know what it is. I think I would think. I just.
The sound of a depressed man.
No, I just think like shit. If there was a button, okay. The thing is, it's like okay,
Big red button to just
yeah,
end the
but
world.
like it would have to end it for everyone.
Because you don't want to get FOMO.
No, I don't want to get
I
FOMO.
asked that for everybody.
Yes, like if I
Okay.
end it, it would have to be a button that ends it for everyone. The simulation stops now because I don't want like I wouldn't want to like be like I'm gone or like all you bitches still got to keep living because I'm like oh now I'm just like an annoyance like my bad guys like they got to deal with the
Oh, it's
sadness of
like,
it.
oh, now I'm causing trauma on somebody, I
Yes,
feel
it's like I
like.
don't want to do that. It's like so I'm like
Mm.
fuck I can't even do that. I have to like be here. I just gotta like press the button and then everyone like if the whole I think fuck I think if there was a big red button that would make the whole world stop, would I press it? At 28, I would start to consider it
You would take the button out of its box and you start like looking at
and be
it
like,
and like, hmm,
what
that's
else do I want?
interesting.
What else do I want? I got the best out of youth. I'm only gonna get less fit and
Kyle,
I
that's true though.
know, no, you gotta
This is a safe space.
understand.
I brought it up
Thank
first,
you,
so it's
thank you.
like,
You have to
yes.
understand.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
really do. I really do. And I feel like, damn, sometimes it'll just come to me randomly too. Like I could be at the gas station and all of a sudden I'm just like, this is a lot.
I get mad.
I get I just get so I get paralyzed and my first reaction or my first instinct is to just distract myself. I'm like, oh my God, I need to play a song or I need to go on TikTok or I need to do something so that I'm not reminded of this feeling or this feeling doesn't get like stronger, you know?
Yes. Yeah, no, I get scared to indulge in it because I don't want it to get stronger. I think for me, I'm just thinking the whole time like I'm just frustrated about like having to think about everything that I still need to go through. I'm like, oh my God. I don't want
Yes,
to.
bro.
I'm tired.
Yes. And also like yes, you can think about the expected struggles that you'll go through, whether it be like, you know, like parents' death or whatever. But then you're not even taking into account the things that you don't know will happen and will happen randomly. That's what fucks me up. It's
Yes.
like I can't even plan
Am
for
I
this
am I
shit.
am I heading towards one of the worst years of my life? I've been like waiting for that. Like I've been mentally preparing for like
God.
one of these days will be the worst year of my life. Because I've had friends tell me like, oh yeah, like 2023 was the worst year of my life.
Yeah, that is terrifying to me because it's like, yeah, I hear the stories and I'm like, you have so much willpower and mental strength that even after all these bad like things are happening to you, you're still going and you're still waking up every day. And that's so much.
Yes.
That is so much.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe it is though. I've been thinking about this. Like, is it just the Western expectation and Western pressures that make us feel this way with like needing to have an incredible career, needing to be at the top of your game and admired by corporate or having a really high, managerial position or something? Like, is that what is making this feeling of dread so prevalent? It's like, oh, you need to be this incredible, great person and have a great career. And if you don't do that, you're like fucked. And most people can't afford to live. So it's like, what the fuck? And then you can't afford to have kids. So it's like, oh shit. And I think about what my life would be like if I left the Western world or the United States and lived in a different type of way. Maybe the European type of way where those bitches barely work. That's why
Spain.
yes, a huge ass lunch, a huge ass fucking sleeping time, barely working, a couple hours a day. I go to Mexico, it's like, sure, your career's there, but there's not as many expectations as there is in the US. And I think like, damn, what if I just get out of this country and go live somewhere else? And like, what life do I want to live? Like, what is expected of me? Like, do I want to have kids? Like, why do I want to have kids? Like, do I just want to be free for the rest of my life? Do I want a career? Like, what is the point of putting all of this pressure on me? Like, who is it for? Who am I trying to validate by having a career? And thankfully, I'm not chasing a corporate career. I think that genuinely would probably put me in a spiral. Um, but even then, I do still feel the pressures of achievements and career. But I think, what for? Maybe it's the pursuit of everybody wanting to be rich. And it's like, do I want to be rich or do I just want to be well off enough to take care of my family? And then I'm good. It's like, okay, whatever. We'll figure out a way to live. That is the pressure that I think has been building on me.
Yeah, I just think that when we talk about these feelings of doom and pessimism, for me at least, of course, it stems from a place of fighting for survival in a way, because it's like, oh my God, I have to think about how I'm gonna sustain myself for however long I live, which is like a really scary feeling when you're not used to stability. And so obviously, again, living in America, specifically like going to a place like USC, I would often find myself more so towards like my later year, like my senior year. I feel like I was looking for the validation from like the people that had more than me, which was uncommon for me. I think one thing I'm good at is being pretty grounded and recognizing that yes, somebody can have more than me, but that doesn't necessarily take away from what I have to offer or what I have, period. But I think towards the end of it, I was getting very judgmental of myself and constantly comparing what I didn't have to what other people did. And I mean, now that I'm out of it, and it's like you said, it's like, what happens if I were to take myself away from an environment that prioritizes these things? And now that I'm out of school, I feel much better. I mean, yeah, it's only been like a few weeks or whatever, and I feel better when I'm talking about this subject related to school in particular. But I don't know if it was just my senses awakening or me becoming more realistic to the world around me and how, yes, I'm experiencing this in my college campus, but this is also a reflection of the outside world. I don't know if it was just all of those pent up things, but yeah, it just made me feel like shit about myself. And like it made me feel like the things that I've accomplished were nothing compared to what people were doing. Even though, yes, they had more resources and they could accomplish more because of what they had, it didn't matter because if you're looking at it on paper, it's still more. Um, but I think recently I've just rewired it into thinking like I have the cards that I've been dealt and I feel like I've done pretty good so far. I think we've done pretty good so far. And there's always going to be people that have more than you. There's always going to be that. And right now, I'm happy that I'm able to sustain myself and it's taken me this far. And there's just no point in comparing. Right now, there's no point in comparing. I can't. It's doing nothing for me. It's literally doing nothing for me. It's not motivating me. It's not making me want to work harder. It's actually just making me feel like shit.
Yeah. I think I'm in the opposite boat where I don't know if I find comparison as big of an issue because I'm not surrounded by that environment. It's just about now it's about thinking about what life do I want for myself. And I think like how do I want to spend my life? Who do I want to live it for? And it's just like it's tough because I think since a young age I've kind of career-wise I've kind of experienced many other things that I think people spend a lot of their professional career chasing, which is one, like money. It's like, oh, what does it feel like to make a lot of money? Or two, what does it feel like to have your work be acknowledged by the industry? Or three, what does it feel like to have your work impact millions of individuals? And I think for the most part, I've like experienced all three. And after experiencing all those things to some degree at an early age, I think it just made me realize, well, that's not really as fulfilling as I thought it was going to be. And I think I'm in this area now where I'm asking myself, like, okay, so what do I want to work for? What is worth working for if I'm going to do it? And it hasn't necessarily been money because I think there's much easier ways to make money than podcasting and growing a brand. And so if it was for the money, I would not be doing this. I realize like I enjoy doing this because it's much closer to community and to all of you and to people and just the genuine people, the young people that I want to help ideally for the rest of my life. And so I want to keep doing that. And I've just realized that for a minute, I was like, oh, maybe I should think about a corporate career because that's good. It's like, well, no, I think that would just be me trying to validate myself and my own ego by getting the approval of corporate. But I think, to be honest, yeah, I could probably move anywhere in the world and make a decent living. It would sacrifice maybe some momentum, industry momentum, but I don't think it would matter much. I think I've just realized I have so much more freedom than I've realized. Like a lot of us go through life thinking like this is what we have to do. Few of us ever think that we don't have to follow any preset paths that are there for us. You don't have to get a corporate career. You don't have to live here. You could move somewhere else. It's all up to you. And for a lot of us, it's just always something that feels too daunting to ever even consider. There's this quote that I think is so powerful that's very few, like, very many people go their entire lives without ever truly making a single decision about their own life. So many people just do what is expected of them and they never think, this is what I'm intentionally doing because I want to. And I truly decided this is the life I want to live. Like, I think I'm okay. Like, as long as I can help my mom retire and make sure she's okay, that only takes a couple $1,000s a month, like three to four, and like minimum wage is way less than that. So if I could just get past that little threshold, then she's good. And like, we've been having a fine life up until now. So that's where I've just been thinking about, like, damn, what life do I want to live? And trying to make a decision. And even if I don't make a decision right now, even just coming to terms with the fact that I am okay with whatever happens. Whatever, wherever the wind blows, it's like wherever I end up, it'll be okay. I don't know where that would be. So I talk about this also because it reminds me of everything that's going on right now in Los Angeles and in our city with immigration raids and protests and deportations of migrant communities, at the fact that not only do we have an administration that is separating so many families, but they are also actively encouraging families to self deport and rewarding them for doing so. And it's a weird thing. I don't know. I feel conflicted on the whole self deportation issue because I've been seeing more TikToks of Mexican families and their kids saying, like, oh, this is why my mom chose to self deport. And a lot of times it's because their parents chose to just self deport on their own terms and say, I've been here for 20 years, have never got any welfare, have paid my fair share of taxes, have never received much from the government, and I've put in more into this country than it has given me. And now they are choosing to leave and go back to their own country on their own terms. Some might say with their dignity still intact. And part of me wants to be like, no, like, like keep fighting against this terrible administration. And I hate that it is working, that it is pushing so many migrant families apart because this administration is just so chaotic, and it's pushing this narrative of danger and constant paranoia that, yes, it does take a toll on all of the immigrants that are here undocumented and that are just choosing that they can't live with that constant fear, and that it's better to leave their kids behind and their families and their lives they've known and just go back to their own country because it's just not worth the mental struggle. And I want to tell them, like, part of me wants to wishes I could tell them, like, oh no, like, please just keep fighting for the right to stay here in this country with your family, especially after you've given so much to it. But the other part of me is like, honestly, like, I do understand it. Like, it's just very understandable. It's just been heavy with everything happening in LA. It's been really heavy.
I think it's also scary too because from what I've seen, they're taking people that still have some sort of like citizenship status. And I think that especially is just like, oh, it's just like anybody that looks like they fit the profile, they'll just take it. I feel like that is the most scary part and obviously causing paranoia in so many different communities. I mean, like I've seen it myself. And I feel like recently I've also been thinking it's also just so disheartening that so many Latinos voted for this as well. It's like hard to forget that part as well. And especially like, for example, seeing the protests in Compton, seeing so many like black people like show up for us and knowing that like so many Latinos voted for this and for against the people that are helping us with protests. So yeah, I was just starting to feel frustration with that because this could have been preventable. And now it's literally affecting our own communities.
Did you see that dumbass Latinos for Trump founder was like denouncing the immigration raids?
Enough.
Is like,
Enough. Now you're
come
really
on,
getting me pissed
come
off.
on,
It's
come
like
on.
everybody knew this would happen.
Yes.
It's like you chose to believe that it wouldn't. You chose to believe in the good of Trump or whatever. And now it's happening in front of our faces. And so it also just feels really frustrating knowing that this could have been preventable by our own people.
Mm-hmm.
By our own people that are now being taken.
It's dumb, especially seeing, even throughout election season, seeing how many Latino men were like joking about voting for Trump, and knowing some of them did actually vote for Trump because they were just being dumbasses and thinking about, like, well, the economy. It's like, bro, your mom is gonna get deported, and now they're out here like spreading the word about like, oh guys, ICE in your neighborhood, ICE here, watch out. It's like
Yes.
you voted for this too. Like that's
Yes.
not
Like,
that is
congrats, you maybe have a job now, but now
it's
you're paranoid and your parents are
insane.
gone.
It's insane that it's no longer, it doesn't really feel like a joke, like an edgy little joke to make anymore that you're gonna
No.
vote for Trump and like, yo, like Trump is gonna fix
Yeah.
everything. Like it pissed me off so much seeing all of that, all those men joking about voting for Trump and probably subsequently adding more support to his fan base, specifically for Latino men
Mhm.
who are now the ones that are also like advocating against ICE and the raids. It's like, okay, the consequences of your actions, and now all of us have to sit here and like deal with that. And
Yes.
also, even when we just like, when people are like, you Trump supporters are dumb as fuck, they're like, well, see what I mean? This rhetoric isn't going to solve anything. And now you're just fucking, now you're just like not willing to see our point of view. It's like, because you you literally couldn't even see your own point of view. That is what caused this that you are now
Yes.
complaining about.
Yes.
Um, and then you have like, it's obviously incredibly scary, and I every time this happens, I think it's also important to know a couple things. One, you start to see outrage around who isn't posting about immigration rates, who isn't posting about what's happening
Mhm.
in LA, who's staying silent. Yes, it's good to keep people accountable who maybe have a platform, but also understand there are also people who do have active immigration cases who might have undocumented family members or be undocumented themselves that might not be showing to a protest for good reason, who might not be posting about everything for their own personal safety. And so before you really start to pile on people for not posting and generalizing a whole subsection of people, remember that there's sometimes more happening, and people have to keep each other safe before they go and post about it on the internet, especially if you go to a protest and you're posting videos of yourself at
Oh
the
yeah.
protest. You have to
Be
be careful.
cautious about that.
You do have to be careful.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that, like people posting themselves at the protest, and I'm just like, this has more implications than I think they realize.
It's not just you, it's
Um,
your family,
no,
you know?
it's literally the people around you. It could be anybody in the videos, anybody that you can see in the videos. So
Use a
it's
spam
okay.
account, use something,
Yeah,
or just go and show up.
yeah.
And then there's also the discourse about influencers. It's like, oh, what influencers aren't using their platform? And yes, I think it's good to put pressure or at least keep people accountable for like who isn't making a stand, especially if they have benefited directly from
Mm,
the support of Latino and immigrant communities. Like if you are not speaking out in support of the people that support you, what are you doing?
mm.
What is your role? What is your point? Like how dense can you be? But also, I don't think the whole influencer discussion is the biggest thing, because someone pointed out for good reason that sometimes these conversations can just turn into an influencer cancel culture discussion
1,000%. It
instead of
takes
the
away from
issue.
the original point. It's like, okay, are you guys really trying to get this person to speak out about this? Or sometimes it feels like people are just getting a kick out of like,
Finally having a reason to like
yes,
looking to cancel
yes,
someone they don't
exactly. And
enjoy.
then it's like, it starts with one influencer and then it goes to another. And then it's just like, okay, wait, what is the purpose of this?
It's just also like what is enough for what is enough for an influencer to post? Is it one story post? Is it
Mm.
two? If they post about it once, are they safe? If they post a video, like what is enough?
Yes. It's also like when an influencer does post about it, sometimes people are upset with that too. Or it's like, oh, somebody more informed should be speaking out about this. Like, why is she saying something about it? And so I also do feel like it's sometimes just a lose lose with like big influencers. It's like they're not winning in either case. And it's
Yeah.
just,
At the end of the day, it's the people. It is our communities that have the most power. The people that have real influence are the ones in your own community. They are your neighbors. They are the people you went to school with. Those are the ones that show up. Because what it takes for you to show up is knowing someone in that community and knowing they are at risk and that you are
mm,
willing to fight for them. So before you put all of your mental energy towards complaining about influencers not posting about immigration raids, post it yourself, because you have more influence than you think. And your voice matters just as much and possibly if not more. And so that's why I don't think like this whole influencer discussion is really like, it's annoying at times. I'm like, it's nice when they do. If they don't, maybe take a mental note. And like I said, it's a boundary that you have to set. You can't boundary your way to getting someone to do something, but you can set a boundary, unfollow them, and if you don't support them, you don't support them. Support the people that you do. You only have so much energy, and especially during this time when everything is already so mentally exhausting, conserve your energy towards the good fight and not this pointless one for someone that is living, way far out of anywhere where these things are kind of taking place. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's been a weird mood in LA. It's like, you have pride parties happening. You have people going out. I just saw a video of someone at a house set. They pan over to fumes and a helicopter flying near the downtown
Shit.
LA area. And so it's weird. It's a weird time for people. Also remember, like, pride is a protest, and so that should be the main point of it. Pride isn't just a party. And so the mood is weird right
Yeah, the
now.
mood is weird. I mean, in the surrounding areas outside of LA, I also have noted that it's a bit emptier. Like, not as many people are out, which is sad and disheartening because I feel like everybody knows the reason why. And just knowing that people are literally scared to step out of their homes, even if it is to just get essentials, get groceries. But yeah, just be safe, err on the cautious side, and
And it's moments like these where I can't blame so many immigrant families for choosing to go back to Mexico. It's like, yeah, like, bitch,
because
let's
they're
go to
safe.
CDMX. Like,
Yeah,
what do we
they're
need
at
in this
peace
country?
there.
Yeah. What is so good about this country? Like, it's hard to believe it really is all worth it during moments like these. Like,
Mm,
that American dream really is possible. I think it is for some, but for the majority, it probably isn't, and it hasn't been, as you can see by how many people have been here for 20 years, and they're not any closer to reaching that dream than they were when
yeah.
they came here. And sometimes it just feels like, was it a wasted life? Was it wasted time? What was the point of being here? But I don't know. I hope maybe the children of those immigrants can prove them wrong. And if you're struggling, if your family's struggling, I have you in my prayers. I keep you in my thoughts because it's so rough to be constantly paranoid and fearful. And I think it's the very minimum amount of comfort that I can provide is you and your parents will probably be okay wherever you end up. Of course, that isn't true for everyone. Some people genuinely fleed very dangerous countries, but I hope for those that isn't the case. I hope you do have somewhere relatively safe to go back to, if for whatever reason you choose to do so or it gets forced upon you. Is that life goes on, and it's been a beautiful thing to see even videos of people that have gone back, young people and older people who are thriving in their new life, who are okay, who are continuing to adjust and live. And, you know, immigrant communities are resilient. And I think no matter what happens throughout these next couple months, honestly, these next couple years, because it's 6 months into this, that
Mm.
I think we'll be okay no matter what. So yeah, I think that's all the words that I have to say on that. But God, it's such a shitty time.
Yeah. I appreciate the optimism though. Yeah, because I feel like just me in general, I sometimes just err on the side of pessimism, and it feels like I just am a pessimistic person. And especially during times like these, it just feels like there is no near solution or there is no near end. But of course, nobody wants to hear that. Um, but I feel like other people feel that same sentiment. But with that sentiment, I guess it's just like everything has to come to an end somehow, sometime. It's just a matter of how that will look like, and we don't know just yet. And really, just like in the meantime, the most we can do is just take care of ourselves and take care of the people around us. Show up how you can. Don't feel the need to over exert yourself if you're not in the position to. But yeah, more than anything, just take care of the people around you. Those are the ones that you have the most tangible impact on. And it's a domino effect. Once you start taking care of other people do the same. So,
Yes. But yeah, that's how it's going for us, guys.
mhm,
It's been an interesting time with all that going
mhm.
on. It's like it's summer, LA is a mess. We're 22.
We have impending doom.
We have impending doom. Trying to keep positive though.
The weather's nice out.
Yes, I know. Ever since
Good time to get a tan.
good time to get a tan. Ever since the last episode, we've been telling you about Grown Kids Club, and I don't think we've told you about our summer series, but it's here. It takes two to summer. It takes two to summer. Because if there's nothing else we can do, we can at least be together. So,
Yes, and try to take our mind off of the things going on outside of us by
yes.
focusing on community.
Community, yes, such as Am I Bisexual House Party or Twinks and Trinkets Bartering Party.
Or tennis and tans.
Tennis and tans. Yeah, so if you're in LA, we're hosting basically an event every single week until August. So come join us. It's a lot. We have a lot planned. The support has been wild so far, such as on the bisexual party that we're hosting tomorrow. We're posting this on Thursday, so the party's tomorrow.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
bye.
You thought it was tomorrow.
Yeah,
I was like, what? Yes, and we're
Yes.
hosting that with our friend Vanilla Mace, who has been just so funny recently.
Yes.
So hopefully we get to do a podcast with her, and she gets to say a little words of are we bisexual? Wisdom by
Words of
curious
wisdom.
wisdom. But I hope you guys join. Thank you so much for 1,000 members. That is kind of wild.
That is pretty crazy.
1,200 Grown Kids Club
That's
members.
a lot. And I expect 1,000 people at every event. So
Yes, can you imagine? It's like 1,000 people every time.
I'm taking attendance. So.
Dude, yeah, we're counting that shit.
Yeah.
Yes, but okay, well, thank you guys so much for listening. Sign up to the club, grownkid.com, and let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how you're doing. So, yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.